A while ago I bought this engine here, an HP S25-2 ABC, and I got it slightly used, just one in DayZ, and so I wanted to look at the state of it, just if there is anything to do. And to do this I took off this back lid here, and yes, I managed to pull a thread. I can now take this screw and pull it out with my fingers. I over tightened it and pulled the thread. To fix this I got an helicoil insert kit. I'm not sponsored by them. I just use them because I used them a while ago. They worked well and they just did the job. So I had already one in M3, so I got one in M25. They are quite expensive, so it's not really viable to do this for one screw. You can buy a new engine for the price of this kit. It was about 70 euros with shipping. But I collect these things, and now I will whip another M25 because it's really easy to do. And yes, so I bought it because I think it will pay for itself. If you open it, you find a few components. The first are the inserts you will use for fixing the actual threads. They are little spirals which have a thread on the outside and the thread you will use on the inside. They are here in 3 different lengths. Then you have a drill bit. This we will be using to drill out the rest of the damaged threads. Cutting bit. With this we will cut a new thread in the newly bored hole. Then this is the tool with which we will insert those spirals. I will show how to do that. And this is for something else. It's for the last step. I will show you. So first thing I will have to do is to disassemble this engine. So first I take this lid off again. This screw still holds. And with this I already feel it got damaged again. It's not okay. So if you look in here, you see the main bearing in here and the connection rod and everything. We of course don't want any shavings to get in there. So to prevent this, I will take out the piston sleeve and the piston and stuff it with some paper. Now, as you can see, I have stuffed everything really tight with tissue paper so that no shavings can go anywhere. It's especially important for this hole since there is this transfer port behind it. And if shavings get stuck in there, they go right into the cylinder and ruin it. So I stuffed it really tight that there is no chance for this happening, because that would be really bad. I will do all 4 holes, since I have the suspicion that the tapping hole was too wide and therefore the threads didn't hold very well. because I didn't use that much torque when I ripped them out. They didn't really hold. The cylinder head screws, they felt normal. Those one ripped out before they were even tight. So I will do 4 helicoils in here. So now those threads are out, and now cut some new outer threads. I'm trying to have you be able to see what I'm doing here. This tab holder is a little large, but I don't have any other one, so I have to be very careful not to cross the newly cut threads or to whip them out with the tab already, because 2 helicoils don't work. I take out the tab by hand if it's possible, just because that thing is too heavy. You see, I already have a lot of shavings here, so I have to remove them. So, this also sucked some of my paper out, so I have to replace that. Now for the interesting part. I think the longer spirals are appropriate here. So you put them on this insertion tool, like this, and then you screw them in. So now that they are in, to screw them in, they have a little piece of wire at the end, which this tool uses to turn them. You have to remove that. And that's what the last tool is for. You just put it in and then lightly tap it with something. That breaks off that piece. And if everything was done right, we should be able to put in the screw again now. Which we can. What you are seeing now here is those 4 holes with the 4 helicoil inserts in it. As I said, I did all 4 holes, since the manufacturing quality was a little suspicious. Now we assemble that thing. Just put the back lid back on. There is a small transparent gasket on it. This has to be correctly aligned. And at first, I insert those short screws. I don't tighten them up yet, of course. The top ones are longer screws because they also hold on this external needle valve. Now, the good thing about these helicoil inserts is they are way stronger than the original thread, so you won't rip them out again if you aren't exceptionally brutal with it. So just tighten this up. Now I can tighten them up again. It won't break anymore. So, it's fixed. Just reconnect that last hose here. It's fine again.